I'm going to pick a card from I can't speak. Modern Witch Spiritual Deck. It's an Oracle deck. I really love this deck. I really, really, really do. Oh, Lord. We got 3 cards. We got determination, spirituality, and growth. So, right before I begin, I was reading over some previous entries and I saw spiritual alchemy. So that was also on my mind. So with the determination and the spirituality card and the growth card, I feel like this has been the determination to continue marching forward and growing and healing, but also in the spiritual sense, and alchemy, like completely alchemizing ourselves on the inside. There's been a lot of strength and a lot of willpower and a lot of focus that has gone into tending the garden of your own heart. And you have come a long way. I don't feel like this is a recent journey or a new journey. This has been a long journey over a period of time, over a course of time. You have stayed dedicated to growing spiritually. You've stayed dedicated to growing and healing your mindset, your emotional world, and you have come to a centered place spiritually. You're more spiritually centered than you were before. And on this determination card, it is a lion, but it just looks like the lioness. She is fiercely protective of her pride, of what is hers, of her offspring. She tends to that offspring. She nurtures it. She takes care of it. And so this growth is kind of like your offspring. It's been this little baby of yours that you've tended to and nurture and grown over a period of time for yourself. And on the spirituality card, it's a statue of, I'm not really sure, it's a familiar picture, but I also see the little dot in the middle of the head. And so I feel like your third eye is kind of healed and aligned itself. And you can see things differently. You have a spiritual eye. The way that you look at the world and the way that you look at yourself and the way that you look at your growth is from a spiritually centered place. You're no longer running in a way out of fear, which kind of unfortunately makes us be selfish and self-centered. Our fears drive us and they determine and dictate the things that we say, the people that we allow in our lives, the direction that we go, because they tell us a story that is not true. And you've been healing this storyline. You are coming from a place of love now that is giving you not just one area of growth, because there's 2 vines on this growth card with different shades of green, and so there's these varying levels to your growth. Some is new growth, some is old growth, but it all makes one vine. And there's different aspects to your layers of growth. It's not just in one area. Like, we can go deeper into ourselves in one area, but there's multiple areas where you have found growth and healing in your life, and it's waking you up spiritually. This is almost like a different level of a spiritual awakening, because you've been on this journey for some time and you've stayed dedicated to it. You've been determined to heal yourself, to grow, to be a better version of yourself. You've constantly transformed over many different times in many different ways. You've become somebody new, and so you're recognizing that who you are and everything that you know is subject to revision. You've remained open-minded, and I feel like this is somebody who practices spiritual principles. You walk with integrity. You your character is important to you, and you have courage, and you show love to yourself and to others, and you're honest. You live by spiritual principles, and you are constantly questioning yourself and becoming more and more aware as time goes on of the areas you need to work on, and that awareness turns into willingness. And so you're constantly kind of doing this inner searching, and you have this inner dialogue going on all of the time about, how can I be better and what do I need to do, and you're very aware. But I feel like you're coming from a centered place now, and you're able to really see the world through a different set of eyes, and you're not afraid anymore. And so that's a beautiful thing, and you should honor that, continue to grow, continue to work on this, because it's creating, not just this healing in your life, but almost like a legacy that you're going to leave. And I feel like you've been able to tap into like kind of this ancient wisdom that is really useful to other people. And like thinking about this lioness with the pride, like you have people that look up to you and that rely on you and your support. And so because you've been able to do these things for yourself, you're somebody that people see as something that they want to grow towards and be a part of. And they like being a part of your pride, because you are somebody who, takes pride not only in yourself, but in the people that you love and that you adore, and you tend to them and you nurture them and you care for them. And so it's bringing a pack of people along the way that if you haven't, kind of begun to create that community for yourself or that family for yourself yet, it's on the way, because you're coming from a spiritually centered place, and you're going to have spiritually centered connections and emotion and thoughts that create this life for you that you can continue to grow and optimize as you move forward.